welcome to the roadmap into a feminist future. Thank you, Jennifer. It is to be expected. I feel like this is just the discussion of the day is whether or not our internet is being nice. Thank you, everyone, for your patience. I really, really do appreciate it. I see we have quite a few people in this session, so that's super exciting. Thank you again for all coming. And I feel very, very proud. What I'm hoping is that for this session, after the session, I'm hoping that all of you will be able to identify the key elements of Alliance for Girls Radical Safety Framework, understand how radical safety can help lead to a feminist future in the Bay Area and California at large, map out your own organizational work to the Alliance's roadmap towards this safe and feminist future, and align your own organizational work with with other AFG members and partners. So I just want to start out with taking 10 minutes to just kind of discuss the radical safety framework model that we shared with you in the update section. So Miari, would you mind sharing that last slide with on the screen for me? If you have the feminist future, or not feminist future, sorry, the radical visions of safety diagram that was on the slide 22 of the larger slide deck, that would be great.
Yes.
Thanks. Well, until it pops up, I was wondering if we could start with people can get out, either you can chat or you can actually just speak out loud around what role does safety as defined by girls and serving organizations play for you in your organizational work? Again, you can add it in the chat. You're also welcome to get off mute and just talk, or you can add it to the Q&A section. Or Jennifer, I see that you're having a little bit of mic trouble. What may help is to renew the page, refresh the page. Sometimes that helps. In terms of I will add the question into the chat. Thank you so much, Emma. So what role does safety as defined by girls and girl-serving organizations play in you and your organization's work? You can just add to the chat if you so choose. Safe spaces for girls to speak and learn. Thank you, Anu. That's helpful. So you're creating safer spaces where girls can speak and learn. Anyone else?
I'm going to add Jennifer to our discussion.
Awesome. Hi, Jennifer. You want to share what your organization does, or what safety as defined by girls play in your organization and your organizational work?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I was just trying to get my video to work, but sure.
You're in it now. I saw your face.
Or at least my audio, right? At least my audio. We want girls to feel safe with us in talking about the effects that our culture has on them. And specifically, helping them really feel like they belong in about face programs, and are able to share some of their more vulnerable feelings around the way that they feel about themselves, so that we can better help them.
I love that. Thank you. Vulnerability. I think that's such an important word. And something that you just mentioned also, Emma, is healthy relationships with peers grounded in the feminism and gender expansive principles. I love that. I feel like that's also part of the vulnerability and sort of creating that comfort. I see, Mark, you also highlighted creating opportunities for leadership for young women. That's a super important one. And that's something definitely the girls in our Radical Visions of Safety also highlighted. Tiffany, I see spaces for career opportunities and job security. Huge deal. I do think that that's something that we don't talk about all that often. And I even notice in our own in the diagram we have, that's not even highlighted. It's super important to think about career opportunities and job security. Jessica, I see that you had spaces where they can explore what it means to feel safe in their bodies. That understanding your own physical body and emotional, psychological being is such an important piece of safety. Really wanting to be seen, accepted, and supported. I think that's super important. So as we are thinking about this future that we're all striving for, this future where girls can feel comfort and safe and excited to be there, we're going to jump onto a Jamboard. And I'm going to add the Jamboard here for all of you to be able to access as well. And we're going to start talking about what does it actually look like to create this future. So I'm going to, Miari, I'll probably ask for your support here in being able to break the group up further if possible, so that each person can be in a group of maybe 3 or 4. We have 24. So if we can have groups of 3, or no, I guess let's do 4. If we can do groups of 4, that would be great. And have each group come up with a sentence to describe what is a feminist future where every girl and gender expansive youth can thrive.
Great. Yeah. So I'm just going to name how the names come up on my screen, and you all can group up that way. So we have Laura, Anu, Narda, and Arlene can be one group. Ronnie, Mary, Kylie, and Barbara as another group. Bo, Miranda, Jessica, and Linda as another group. Renee, Jeanette, Lauren, Christy as one more. And then we'll have Jennifer, Sarah, and Tiffany.
Can we break them up into groups, or is that where they have their own space, or is that not possible on breakout group?
We can do breakouts.
No? Okay. Well, then maybe let's do this all together. So rather than going into groups, if each one of us as individuals can come up in 4 minutes, just jot down and then put on the Jamboard, using the stickies over on the left side. You see the little box that looks like a little sticky note? If you hover over it on the left side, it's called sticky. It's actually called sticky note. Who knew? If you click that, I want each of you to write one sentence that describes what a feminist future where every girl and gender expansive youth can thrive. One sentence, what would it be? Okay, I'm going to give you 4 minutes, and I'm strict with time. I'm just letting you know. Okay, get ready. Oh, I'm already seeing them join. This is so exciting. Miari, maybe we could add some mood music.
Yes, let's do that. Can you hear that?
Yes, there we go. Thank you.
There we go. You're broken down and tired of living life on merry-go-round. You can't find a fighter, but I see it is, so we gon' walk it out. Ooh, mountains, we gon' walk it out. And ooh, mountains.
Oh, these are awesome, you guys.
And I do it 1,008 times again. And I'll rise up, I like the waves, I'll rise up, in spite of the age, I'll rise up.
2 more minutes.
1,008 times again. The silence isn't quiet, and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe. And I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll take the world to its feet. Mountains, bring it to its feet. Mountains, and I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise up afraid. I'll rise up.
Oh, some of these are really good. Keep them coming, you guys.
All we need is hope. For that we have each other. And for that we have each other. And we'll rise, we'll rise, we'll rise. We'll rise. I'll rise up, rise like the day.
Okay, time's up.
In spite of the end.
Thank you, Miari, for the music. Okay, you guys. Thank you so much, everyone. I love some of these. I'm wondering if there's a way that I'm just organizing them so that we can all see them. Oh, I saw that last minute one. I love it. Okay, is anybody willing to read out one of the ones on here? Just do popcorn style. People can. I don't know if it's going to work with speaking.
It works. You just have to put a request to share audio and video.
Okay, great. If you guys can request to say audio, I'll say the first one and then the next person who's willing to speak. So one I see is one sentence to describe a feminist future where every girl and gender expansive youth can thrive is to talk in a group and voices heard without criticism about what they look like. Ooh, that's one. I like that one. Anyone else willing to read the next one?
I'll go.
Sweet.
Girls and women are heard in public spaces with the same airtime as cis male white men.
Oh, I like that. Okay, girls are heard in public spaces with the same airtime as cis male white men. Who's next?
Can you hear me?
Oh, Bo, I think you're on.
Can you hear me? You can't hear me?
Oh no, we can barely hear you. You're very far away.
How about now? I guess it's not
Still a little far away, but that's okay. Why don't you go ahead and I will just reiterate or get close.
Okay. A future where sex and gender do not play a role in your access to healthcare, job opportunities, or basic rights.
I think the one that you said is a future where sex and gender do not play a role in your access to healthcare, job opportunities, or basic rights. Ooh, I like that one. That's a solid one. Thank you, Bo. Anyone else? Jessica.
Ownership, autonomy, and agency over being, presence, and perception.
I love it. Okay. Next. I see you on here, Jennifer. You want to take us away?
Mine was already read. Thanks.
Oh, but you can read another one. I believe in you.
Okay, I can read another one. I can't remember which all were already spoken, but needs are met as a whole person through intersectional representation, participation, and visibility.
Oh, nicely done. That one was not read yet, so thank you.
Okay, great.
Sweet. Okay, I'll read another one until somebody else jumps on. A place where all gender expansive youth and girls can get the girl-centered services they need without judgment and question, and where they can see themselves represented and respected. Bo, you want to read another one?
I'll try.
I believe in you.
Empowered with the agency to tell their own story, have healthy reflections of themselves in media and culture.
Okay. Empowered agency to tell their own story, have healthy reflections of themselves in media and culture. Awesome. There's also, since we don't have very much time, I'll just go through these quickly. But thank you so much, everyone who is willing to read one out. I really appreciate. We have another one. Policy, systems, and education support services are aligned to serve all beings with equity and respect. Girls can fully explore the possibilities in life with autonomy, safety, and pure joy and freedom. Empowered to tell their own story and see healthy representations of themselves in media and culture. Compassion and acceptance between girls and women, calling in, not calling out. Where voices are heard, empowerment is embodied. A future where feminism isn't a bad word. Ooh, I like that one. That's nice. Every girl and youth feels safe and seen for their inherent worth and unique contributions to a new world we are co-creating. Female expansive can speak within a group and have their voices heard without criticism about their looks. A world where men listen first and speak second. Oh, snaps to that. And I think this one was the one Jennifer read, but I'll just reread it. Needs are met as a whole person through intersectional representation and participation and visibility. Okay, so what we're going to do next, and I know it's going to be tough, is I need us to pick one. So basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make all the same, around the same size. And you look at the one that you really like and make it slightly bigger. And whichever one is the biggest, that's the one we're going to go with. Okay, so we all have about a minute to do this. So we're going to be going pretty fast. So get ready. 1, 2, 3. Team, none are growing. There we go. Ooh, okay. Ooh. Gosh. Okay, we have a tie so far, you guys. You got less than 2 seconds left. Okay, 1, 2. Ah! Somebody went really big here. Okay, I think the one we're going forward with. Okay, time's up, you guys. You cheating and trying to add more stuff. The one we're going with is a future where sex and gender do not play a role in your access to healthcare, job opportunities, or basic rights. No worries. It's not that this is going to be with us for the entirety of our life together, but for the progress of this discussion, this is what we're going to be focusing on. So now we're going to move to the next slide. And I'm going to have to go pretty quick in this because we only have a couple minutes left together. But we're going to talk about what is the characteristics of this future. So everyone, we're going to have 3 minutes just to add characteristics of what make this actual future that we've decided on. Again, use your sticky notes. And I will put the definition of that we've agreed upon at the top of this slide. So 1, 2, 3, go to town.
I should have kept on listening. I worry that I wasted the best of me. Oh, you don't care. Sometimes I read the notice, it's just urgent. Trying to make some little change, got me a war in my mind. Gotta let go of weight, think he was holding me. Choose the right, but it will be looking for me. All the while, I wave my arm, I'm feeling it now. Still wanna try to believe in good days. Always inside to the end. Me on my fears, my limitations, I disappear. Feeling like Jericho, feeling like Joe, we lost it. Gotta hold my own, my cross to death alone night. Ooh, play the deal, play the kill. Ooh, no, you like that.
Yeah, we moved on to slide 2, Bo. So go ahead and just go to the next slide at the top. You can see it says slide 1, slide 2 is just make the little arrows go to 1. Oh, yay! Okay, I see equality, accessibility, limitless expansion and freedom, basic needs met and hopefully more, shared power, bodily autonomy and respect, equity in systems and communities, hugs, I love hugs, data, yes, space for discussion and conversation. What else? What are the characteristics of this future that we are hoping to create where any girl or gender expansive youth can get every single one of their needs met, including job opportunities. And now I've already lost the definition. Shame on me. Funding, yes. A say in the laws that govern our bodies. Gosh, I never imagined this was just going to be the hardest thing to get. So awesome. Okay, time's up, you guys. So this is the world we're creating. We're creating a place where equality matters, where accessibility is just a given, where we have a say in what happens to our bodies. And that's for girls and gender expansive youth, but I'm assuming everyone. Shared power, bodily autonomy and respect, hugs, funding, expanded minds, equity in systems and communities, limitless expansion and freedom. Basic needs are met, and hopefully more. And a space for discussion and conversation. I love it. Now we're going to move to the next section. And this is where we go. It's going to get a little bit harder. So now I'm asking for each of us to reflect. All of you represent different organizations and different teams, right? So I'm going to ask you to reflect on how you as your organization support girls and gender expansive youth in the following 3 areas. Whether it's in the home, that's the first slide 3. The next slide is in schools, and the slide after that is in public spaces. So I'm going to give you each about 4 minutes to just write really quickly on sticky notes. What are the different ways in which you are already supporting girls in these different areas? And it's okay if you are mainly supporting girls in one area in your work. That's perfectly fine. We just want to get basically a cloud of all the different ways we're supporting girls in the home, in schools, and or in public spaces. 4 minutes starting now. And Jennifer, never kid about hugs. I only see some stuff in public spaces. I got some good stuff already happening in homes. What about schools, team? Anybody who works in the schools? This is awesome, you guys. What about in public spaces? I see a little bit happening in the girls. Oh my.
I remember when you called me weird. We was in math class, third grade. I was sitting by you, right before Mr. Aaron's class. Because my mama couldn't afford new J's post off thrift stores, thrift clothes. That was all I knew. I remember we left when I cut my perm off and you rated me a 6. I was like, damn.
Awesome. Okay, one more minute, you guys.
I like that.
don't really give a if I was just the only one like that. I never like to follow all around the chance of soul.
Okay, time's up. So I know that we don't have too much time together, and I want to get us to the last activity. So I'll read these ones out for the group. But what are you guys already doing in homes to really, protect girls, to make girls feel safer? I see that you're encouraging parent-child support and allyship also through media. You're helping parents so that they can better support girls. You're supporting and motivating girls' dreams. You're amplifying girls' voices in public spaces. Oops, that one I think was meant for the other one, but that's okay. We'll use it here. You're promoting the Rosie the Riveter legacy through STEAM, leadership, and confidence-building education. I love that. Sharing tools and practices that we wish we had known sooner in an approachable and fun way. Hormone health, professional development, and mindfulness. Oh, God help me. I knew I needed that when I was young. Programming and supporting girls and caregivers, parents and guardians. I love that. Supporting the parents to better support girls. Safe spaces for girls to come together to have difficult conversations and create community. Listening and supporting to girls while they're in the home. Mentorship. Virtual financial literacy workshops. That is amazing. Teaching tools for self-awareness and respect. So this is what we're already doing. Just the group in this room, just the few of us that are sitting in this room, this is what we're already doing to support girls in the home. I just want to applaud that because that's really amazing. Now moving into how we are supporting girls in schools. I see that we're teaching girls to speak out about gender equality in schools. We're creating opportunities for mindful embodiment, a chance to reflect on personal needs and resources, media creation, educating teachers on what they're dealing with through social media. Not yet, but we'll be educating and activating high school students through voting campaigns. That's super exciting. Let us know when that happens. Education and civic engagement, personal and professional development for girls to gain access on how to change systems and policies that govern them. Girl-centered programming in schools, urging them to use their voices, healing in schools, working with school systems to better support girls. That's all the things that are happening in schools right now. That's really amazing, you guys. So I think that's we already are doing so much. So let's move on to what we're doing for girls in public spaces. Listening, always key. Creating safe online platforms for girls to learn, network, and innovate and lead. Creating spaces for girls to speak out about issues that matter to them on the street when possible. Advocating for expanding opportunities for participation in sports as vehicles to mental health and physical wellness. Yes. Welcoming everyone. Making public transit safer for girls by addressing GBV on transit. Encouraging girls to speak, creating spaces where girls can share their stories through research and presentation. So as you can see, we're doing a ton. I don't want to minimize what we've done because what we are already doing is massive. And this just shows like we're just a subset of this group. And it's amazing to see like a subset of everybody who is on this membership meeting call is doing so much to support us. Now I'm going to move us on into how are we going to get there? So we've already reflected on what we want to do to actually what we think is the future, a feminist future that we want to see, where girls actually have opportunities for jobs, professional development, for services, and just to actually feel safer. So I kind of want us to take now looking back at what we really, the characteristics of that feminist future that we think are really important. What would need to happen in each of these areas to actually create this future with the characteristics we've identified. So looking back at where we are what we are already doing to support girls and gender expansive youth. What are we doing that we already know what we are doing that's contributing to this feminist future? Where are we currently not putting enough energy to meet our goal of this feminist future? What more needs to happen? So I'm going to give you all about 4 minutes to add sticky notes of what all needs to happen, what more needs to happen to better get girls into the space of this feminist future we've imagined with each other. Starting now. Hey, I see things coming. Keeping girls in schools, securing buy-in and accountability from men and boys, educating men and boys about allies and advocating for women and girls. That's a huge one. More opportunities for leadership, destroying cultural stereotypes and assumptions about girls. Teach young females how to navigate government systems, voting, activism, and action. I love that one. Funding. Increasing accessibility, more community groups and safe spaces for girls to learn. I'm going to start clumping some things together. What else, you guys? Okay, I'm going to give just 1 more minute. I know that wasn't 4 minutes, but we got to go back to the main stage soon. Demand voting. I love it. Making media literacy and critical thinking for everyone. Enforcing bodily autonomy for girls. Gosh, it seems like such a basic. Increasing education of internal and external resources that equip girls to navigate the next chapter of their lives. So this is a lot. We've done a lot, and there's still ways to go. So I know we weren't able to have a full debrief of this discussion, but I will share these notes with everyone from who this breakout group, so that you can bring this back to your organizations and start really thinking about where do you need to actually focus attention to help get us to this feminist future. I really appreciate everyone taking the time to be on this call with me and on this breakout group with me. I want to continue this conversation as we continue to move forward, and let's not leave it here. Thank you so much, everyone. And now let's go back to the main stage.